Hello student, we talk about the kingdom Protista from your fundamentals of systematic syllabus chapter number 5. Basically, kingdom Protista is a conglomerate organism which do not fit into the other four kingdom. So basically due to the unique characteristics of this Protista which cannot fit into the other kingdoms such as the Monera, Animalia, Plantae and Fungi. We have placed the organism which didn't fit in those kingdom, so we place them in a Protista. So much more complicated than Monerans. So basically we know that the Monerans are simple organism, that is prokaryotic organism, but these Protista are more complicated than the Monerans. So they represent the intermediate step in the evolution of other three kingdoms. So basically this kingdom Monera provide the link between the three other kingdoms such as Animalia, Plantae and Fungi. So it is intermediate step of evolution of the three kingdom. So protozoans is a Greek word for the first animals. So protozoan are the first organism which found on the earth surface. So basically it contain about 65,000 species. So about this kingdom Protista consisting about 65,000 different species among the all over the earth surface. So basically this kingdom Protista made up of complex eukaryotic cells, may be unicellular or multicellular. So kingdom Protista are eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means it having the nucleus, that is true nucleus present in the cells. They may be unicellular, that is single cell organism, or multicellular organism, that is many cells organism also. So eukaryotes have the cellular organelles and prokaryotes do not. So basically we know that the eukaryotics having the all the cellular organelles which consist in, that is mitochondria, nucleus, ribosome, Golgi complex, So we know that the eukaryotes having the all these cell organelle which is bounded by the plasma membrane or cellular membrane. So they can be distinguished in the eukaryotes, but in prokaryotes we know that this cell membrane is absent, so that the cellular organelles cannot be differentiated in prokaryotes, that is bacteria. So this kingdom has the organism that demonstrate both animals and plant like characters. So this kingdom Protista consisting the organism which showing the both characteristics, that is some kind of animals and some kind of characters of plants. So this kingdom Protista consisting two types of mode of nutrification, that is autotrophic and heterotrophic. So some members make their own food material by using chlorophyll pigment and photosynthesis process to make their own food material, which we known as autotrophic, and some ingest the food from the outside, that is they feed on the other organism which we called as autotrophic. So kingdom Monera showing both characters of nutrition, that is autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Also kingdom protozoans can reproduce asexually, that is they show these protozoans are reproduced by asexually, that is binary fission. So during binary fission, one protozoan cell divided into two identical individuals. So that is the binary fission. So basically this kingdom Protista inhabit aquatic water area and also the terrestrial area also. So basically the habitat of organism of protozoans are they found in the aquatic environment and also terrestrial environment also. So Protista are classified into 13 phyla which can be placed in three main groups, that is animal like Protista, plant like Protista and fungus like Protista. So these Protista are divided into three kinds of group, that is animal like characters, which the Protista which showing the animal like character which divided into animal like group, then which the Protista which showing the plant like characters are placed into the plant like Protista, and the Protistas which showing the characters of fungus are placed into the fungus like Protista. So this is the outline of kingdom Protista, that is which containing the phylum, that is phylum Chlorophyta which consisting the green algae, phylum Chromophyta which consisting the yellow green algae, golden brown algae, Diatomaceous brown algae, then phylum Rhodophyta, that is red algae. Phylum Euglenophyta, that is euglenoids. Phylum Dinophyta, that is dinoflagellates. Then phylum Cryptophyta, that is cryptomorphs. Then phylum Primnosomniphyta, that is Haptophyta, that is which consisting the haptophytes. Then phylum Chlorophyta, that is stonywort, and it is also related to the human relation. So basically these phylums are, and let's see some examples of these phyla. So first of all, that is animal like protists. So animal like protists are the let's see some character, that is protozoans means first animal. So protozoan in Greek word protozoan means first animal. So these animal like protists consisting the cell nucleus and having this lack of cell wall. We know that the cell wall is present in the plant, like in plants, not in animal. So this animal like protists doesn't consist the cell wall. They are heterotrophic. These so that they are animal like protista, so that they are having the mode of nutrition that is heterotrophic. They depend on the other organism for their food purpose. Mostly they can move from one place to another place on their own. We know that the plant cannot move from one place to another place, but animals move from one place to another place. And we talk about the animal like protista, so that the this protista also showing the movement, that is kind of character of animal, that is movement. So this protista also showing the movement from one place to another place. So mostly these animal like protista are differentiated into four groups, that is sarcodines, ciliates, flagellates and sporozoans. First of all, sarcodines. So sarcodines having some characters. First of all, that is they have these pseudopods. Pseudopod means false foot. So they consisting the pseudopods. Then extension of cell membrane and cytoplasm. So these sarcodines show the extension of cell membrane, and this pseudopod is used for the movement and capture the food. Best example of sarcodines is amoeba. So amoeba comes from the Greek word amoebo, which means change. So amoeba showing the change in their shape and size. So amoeba is a unicellular in nature. Also it moves by the pseudopodia, which give appearance of the cell changing size and shape. So due to pseudopodia, we see the amoeba showing the change in their size and shape. So it is in it having the aquatic habitat. It is live in ponds, ditches and slowly moving streams. So amoeba can cause diseases such as amoebic dysentery. So amoeba mostly ingests the small organism like bacteria and other protozoans like phagocytic process. So this is the amoeba. So this is the structure of amoeba, which is having the different shape and size. So also these amoeba can reproduce by the binary fission. So this is the process of binary fission. So this is the mother amoeba, which split into the two organisms. So mother amoeba can form the pseudopodia, which pull the differentiate two nuclei, divide the nucleus. Then this nucleus divide the cytoplasm and form the two different cells of amoeba. So also it containing the contractile vacuole. So contractile vacuole control the amount of water get inside. Also it containing the food vacuole, where the food is digested. So amoeba can be reproduced by dividing into two new cells, which is called as binary fission. Also amoeba can respond to their environment, that is they can sense the change in their environment and response to their environment. So they are sensitive to light and some type of chemical. Next point, that is ciliates. So ciliates have the cilia on outside of their cell. Basically these ciliates consisting the cilia outside of their cells, so that it is called as ciliates. So it is consisting the tiny hair-like projection used for the movement to gather the food and as fillers. So basically this tiny hair-like projection used for the movement, and this movement is useful for to gathering their food. For example, paramecium. So paramecium is a best example of ciliates. So this is the figure of paramecium, which consisting the pellicle. So pellicle is a tough outer wall of the paramecium. It is slipper shaped organism. It is having the oral groove like mouth, which and gullet which hold the food, and food vacuole where the food is digested, anal pore where the waste material is removed, and it consisting the two contractile vacuole and two nucleus, that is macronucleus and micronucleus. It consisting the two nucleus, and it reproduced by the either binary fission or conjugation. So paramecium showing the two types of reproduction, that is binary fission, that is split into the two new organism, or conjugation, that is sexual reproduction, also showing by the paramecium. Third type, that is flagellates. Flagellates are also known as zooflagellates. So these flagellate have the flagella, so that it is called as flagellates. It is long whip like structure used for the movement. So basically this flagella used for the movement. So mostly these flagellates are the parasitic in nature. Mostly they live in the body of animals. So basically it's showing the symbiosis, that is close relation. Symbiosis in which one organism get benefit for the nutrition. So basically these flagellates are depend on other organism for their food purpose, and having the close relationship like symbiosis, and getting the benefit by getting nutrition, reproduction site, and shelter in the body of organism. Also it's showing the mutualism, that is where the both partners showing the benefits. Next type, that is sporozoans. So all sporozoans are parasite. So all sporozoans are parasitic in nature, and which cause the diseases in human being and organism. So they mostly feed on the cells and body fluids such as serum, blood, saliva, and many more. So it form the spores, that is tiny reproductive cells are formed by the sporozoans, and it is passed from the one host to another host by So mostly it is passed from the one host to another host, and reproduce in the different kind of hosts. So their life cycle are completed in two or more hosts. Basically all sporozoans are parasitic in nature, which can cause diseases in human being. So mostly it pass from the tick, mosquito, or other animals to human. So basically these tick, mosquito, and other animals are host for their life cycle, which spread the disease towards the human. So best example, that is plasmodium. So plasmodium is an example of sporozoans. So sporozoan named plasmodium can cause the malaria in human being. Mostly it caused by the female mosquito. When the female mosquito bite the disease person and then back to the normal person, the spreading of malaria is occur. So mostly human get malaria when bitten by an infected mosquito. So this is the structure of plasmodium, and plasmodium is the best example of sporozoans. Next group, that is plant like protista, that mostly it consisting the algae. Mostly it is unicellular and multicellular in nature, that is one celled organism or multicell organism. It form the colonies, that is group of unicellular protists form the colonies, and they live in a colonies. Also they can move on their own, that is they showing some time movement. They are autotrophic in nature because they can having the chlorophyll pigment, show that it's showing the autotrophic mode of nutrition by making their own food material from the simple material using the light energy, that is photosynthesis. So mostly 70% of the earth oxygen is produced by the plant like protista, and this pigment chemical that produce the color. So basically these algae showing the different kinds of color in their body structure. So basically it is responsible for the oxygen production on the earth's surface. About 70% of oxygen on the earth's surface is formed due to the plant like protista such as algae. So basically this plant like protista are divided into 6 groups, that is euglenoids, diatoms, dinoflagellates, red algae, green algae and brown algae. So let's see in detail. First of all, that is euglenoids. Mostly euglenoids are the green in color. So in this figure you can see that this is the type of euglenoids. So they are green in color, unicellular. Mostly they live in a fresh water and they having autotrophic mode of nutrition, but can be heterotroph under certain condition when they didn't get the light, because light is responsible for the photosynthesis process in the euglenoids. Also they consisting the flagella, and flagella are more important for the movement of organism. Also they having the eye spot which is sensitive to light and which is responsible to getting the light and sense the light for the production of food by the photosynthesis process. It consists in the chloroplast. Chloroplast is a pigment which is responsible for the photosynthesis process by producing their own food material by the photosynthesis process, that is they are autotrophic in mode of nutrition. Also they consisting the pellicle in their outer side, which is tough out covering of the organism. Next one, that is diatoms. Diatoms are also, this is the figure of diatoms. So they are unicellular in nature. Mostly 10,000 living species are found on earth's surface of diatoms. Mostly they are aquatic in nature, and the diatoms having the glass like cell wall which is impossible to break down for the decomposer. Mostly these diatoms form the diatomous earth, which is useful for the coarse powder that comes from the dead diatoms used for the toothpaste, car polish, reflective paints. So these diatoms are kind of useful for the human being. Next group, that is dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates are also unicellular organism. It consisting the cell wall like plates of armor. It consisting two flagella which is useful for the movement from one place to another place, and also it consisting the spin when it moves. So mostly this dinoflagellate move in spinny wave. Also it consisting the pigments which due to this pigment they showing the colors in dinoflagellate. So they can glow in dark in water, and it is the cause of red tide. So due to the dinoflagellate in aquatic condition, they showing the red tide, and red tide is harmful for the organism. Due to the red tide, many fishes and aquatic animals get dead due to the red tide. Next point, that is red algae. So red algae is a kind of group of plant like algae. It is multicellular seaweed. Mostly it is found in marine habitat. So mostly it is live in deep sea water, and it is used for the ice cream and hair condition due to its color. So mostly it is used as a food in Asia. Next one, that is green algae. Mostly it is unicellular organism and form the colonies. Mostly some are few are multicellular and can be live in freshwater and salty water and one land in a damp places. So basically green algae found on the freshwater or marine water ecosystem, and also they are very closely related to the plants because it consisting the chloroplast, and chloroplast give the green color to these algae, and which is essential for the photosynthesis process to make their own food material via photosynthesis process. Next one, that is fungus like protista. Fungus like protista are heterotrophic, having heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Mostly these animals or these fungus are depend on the dead and decaying material to get energy. Mostly they have the cell wall. Many have flagella, are able to move at some point in their life. So basically they consisting the cell wall and also consisting the flagella, and flagella are useful for the movement from one place to another place. So there are three types of fungus like protista, that is slime mold, water molds and downy molds. So basically these molds reproduce by producing the spores. Spores are the tiny cells that able to grow into the new organism. So first two type, that is water and downy mold. So these are the figures of water and downy mold. So this is the figure of water molds and this is the figure of downy molds. So mostly these molds are live in water and moist places. So they form the tiny thread like threads that look like fuzz. So mostly they form the tiny thread, and mostly these molds filled on the dead and decaying material, which we can say that they are the decomposer in nature. So they cause, and they mostly these water and downy molds attack on the food crops and mostly cause the Irish potato famine in the food crop. Next one, that is slime mold. So slime mold reproduced by the fruiting body, and this fruiting body containing the spores. So these spores at the first they look like the amoeba, then later they look like the molds. Mostly these fruiting body are containing the spores, and these spores are the tiny cells which is useful for the reproduction of the cell, that is generation of the new cell and formation of the new molds. So basically these slime mold look like amoeba, but mostly later on they look like molds. Mostly these slime mold live on the moist shady places and they feed on the bacteria and other microorganisms. So mostly their mode of nutrition is heterotrophic. So that is for today. So in today's topic we talking about the kingdom Protista and their general outline. Thank you.